Hey guys, it's Jack from the XP Point, and today we are here with another game. And you may be saying, Jack, this isn't Black Mesa. Is this another one-off of a shitty game? No, it's a new series that will be going up on Saturday. Sorry, my face might have just scratched my mic there. Very professional, I know, but I wanted to do a new series. This will be the pilot in that series, so I'm adjusting my new headset and mic. I haven't quite worked out how I want to wear this yet. But basically this new series will go up on Saturdays. It's going to go up on Sunday because go up on Sunday today, or the early hours on Monday, because I hadn't finalised what I wanted to do for it last night. But basically, the idea of each episode is I'm going to take a game that was poorly received when it came out, or was a financial flop, or just in general not accepted by the game community. So for example, Doom 3 was not poorly critically reviewed, but the fans of Doom sort of see it as a black sheep of Doom. So I'll be looking at games like that, or for example this game, Colonial Marines, was an absolute critical flop when it came out. I have played a little bit, as you can see from that and I've played a little bit just to see what I thought of it, because I'm only going to do a short video. It's not going to be a series, and at the end of the episode I will tell you if the game is any good or not. Obviously this game came out 7 years ago, so if they haven't patched it by now, all the bugs out of it, I don't know what happens. I mean, hopefully not all the bugs, because I would go on a bug hunt. That was bad. Not connected to Steam? What are you doing? Oh, okay. Anyway, so without further ado, this will be the first episode of Is It Really That Bad? And we'll be checking Aliens Colonial Marines. So, right. Loaded into this campaign. Select. Yes. We'll just go back from the beginning. Yeah, I literally got to the Battle of the Sulaco. So, I'm not sure how much we'll play. I'm basically just going to play a little bit of the game. The idea of the game, of this series, I'm just going to take I'm not going to take all kinds of games. Just if and when I get them. There's going to be no rhyme or reason. If you guys want to see a game, like if you guys want to see, I don't know, Duke Nukem, Diablo 3, games like that, just put them in, leave a comment, leave a suggestion, and I'll get around to it when I can. This game I actually pre-ordered. I actually pre-ordered this game back in 2013. And we're basically going to be grading the game on sort of, I'm going to say, 3 criteria. So story in relation to what it is. So if it's got a good enough story for what it is. Gameplay, is it fun? Is it bad? And I'm also going to do sort of like developer reaction. So for example, do I think this game has the Gearbox responded to this game, that they put patches out to try and fix this game, which after 7 years I can reveal a little bit further that one. They have tried to extensively patch this game.
On your feet, Marines.
Travis William, you know who that is? He does a lot of anime. I sounded like such a weeb right there.
Responded to a distress call sent out 17 weeks ago from the USS Sulaco.
So for those who don't know, this takes place just after Aliens and before Alien 3.
So I don't want to hear any bitching because we let you lunkheads sleep in late.
The Sulaco Colonial Marines starship, spaceship, I don't know what they were called in Aliens. Basically,
name and rank? Corporal Christopher Winter, 118th Battalion.
They received this distress signal from LV-42, where the Colonial Marines from the second film were dispatched and massacred, and these are the Colonial Marines' response to sort of that
Corporal Winter,
fight.
I'm sending in Rhino 2-1 to reinforce 2-3. How you feeling, kid?
I'm feeling good, Captain. But I'm worried
That's good, because I'm sending you in to catch up with Rhino 2-1.
No, I pre-ordered this game,
Trying to get the
and
Sulaco
I'll be
fighting
honest, I
for us so we
really
can
enjoyed
see
this
who
game my
caused
first
it.
playthrough.
Sir, what happened?
I didn't really notice bugs, I didn't
bed.
notice any poor things about the game, to be honest with
Attention,
you.
chicks and dicks of the USS Sephora. As of right this second, Rhino 2-1 and Rhino 2-3 are
I actually
fighting
thought it was
to
quite
get
a
a
good
hold of
game
the
when it
situation
came
we're
out.
in.
It
We
wasn't until I
don't
saw
leave
the reviews
Marines
I
behind.
found out it was a bad
Over the
game.
next 2 hours, we're gonna send a series of dropships over to aid with Kazovac on the USS Sulaco.
Sir, the Sulaco was reported last seen over Fury 161. How is it back over this planet?
Lieutenant Reed, thanks for the interruption. We don't know how that boat got back here. Right now, we're worried about
That's a bit
what's
of
killing
a
our Marines
cheat.
in there. This is a
Wait,
liquid
you boy was
situation.
somewhere else.
Information
I
will
don't know how it
follow as
got
comes
here.
online. Ready up. Good hunting, Marines. Hoorah to Ash!
Hoorah the ashes. In fact, I might cut out developer
Listen up.
response.
What I need right now is information. No heroics, no bullshit.
I'm basically going to grade them on story and gameplay. Is it worth it to come back and play these supposedly bad or poorly received games? That's basically I'm going to grade them. And I'll just talk a little bit, 5 minutes or something at the end. One of the things I like about this game, and I think it's always been apparent, is the look. It looks like an Aliens game. Right down to the holding the motion sensor. I'm playing on my keyboard and my mouse, which I don't often do with shooters. So if you bear with me 2 seconds, because it's also going to stop that hideously annoying noise of my keyboard. I've just plugged in my Xbox remote. Yeah. So we're on a space bridge. There's obviously a problem on the Sulaco.
Winter, what the hell just happened in there? Raider 6-5, are you in the area?
Is this what I call a space bridge?
Explosive decompression in the Sulaco.
I hope it's called a
This is
space
Raider
space tunnel.
6-5. The umbilical's venting atmo into
Umbilical.
the lab. Looks
Not
nice
what I
inside.
call. Oh, it's a space bridge.
Raider, I need grown-up words.
You have 20 minutes before a total collapse. Shut it down.
Winter, you heard the lady. Get to the other side and we're shutting it down.
Continuing on to the Sulaco. Winter out.
I like the game reminds me a lot of Alien vs Predator, the more recent Rebellion game. I mean, I say more recent, it came out in like 2008.
We've got casualties and several injured over here. Need a corpsman right away for the downed Marines from Rhino 2-1.
Negative 2-1. That explosion jacked the airlock on our end. We cannot use the umbilical without risking more lives. Sit tight and stabilize our Marines.
I basically equipped a gun that I don't know how to get back to my shotgun.
Winter. Looks like he sent you over into this mess as well.
Polski.
Tracker, tell me what you see.
Got you two here, and I'm reading 2-3 to the south. Beyond the hangar, engineering perhaps.
They moving?
No. Wait. I got an unidentified signal. Something's moving.
Sephora action. It sounds like 2-3 are holding position.
Right.
Or they're down.
We're reading unidentified movement in their area.
One of the things I appreciate about the game is it definitely looks like the game. And you've got all these like little... You're not seeing it, it's not here, it's somewhere else. You've got all these little nods to the
Sephora actual.
original
Heading in rendezvous with 2-3.
film of Aliens. Like,
Remember what I said
for
about
here,
heroics, kid?
Sir, there's
you can find Bishop's lower half.
Identified synthetic splattered across the deck in here.
Which half?
Well, he ain't
Because
saying.
obviously Bishop,
Find me
at
a
the end of the
half that
film,
does.
after sort of
Actual
proving
out.
his worth, and that he's not like Ash from the first film, he gets cut in half by the alien queen. Sorry about that, I was just changing my audio if you've noticed a slight difference. Yeah, I just felt it was a bit too quiet. Yeah, this is what I really liked. You can see, it's just a little thing, but if you look at the name tags on these lockers, you can see characters from the film. So Apone, Gorman, Crow, Wood, and you saw Hex, Vasquez, and Dietrich and Hudson. All of them are characters from the film. It just adds kind of that little like connection to the film, bar the Sulaco and obviously seeing Hicks at the start. Also, if you go here,
Looks like ejected cryotubes. Hell of a way to wake up.
which is sort of a direct reference to events sort of in the third film. I don't really want to talk about how this links to the third film because it's kind of it doesn't ignore the third film. It tries to come up with its like sort of new like its own explanation for why Hicks. Spoilers. I'm going to spoil the game because if you've not played the game came out 7 years ago. I'm not going to play all the game, I'm only going to play the first couple of missions.
Holy shit. Are you
But
seeing this,
it
Captain?
is it is one of those games that you're kind of like, they have really pushed the limit of what they can do
Jesus, no.
with the story and tying it in because it is kind of far-fetched at points. That being said, it's not completely. If you
Camera.
can suspend your disbelief, I imagine it's fine. I managed to do it, so.
Where am I? Winner!
Now, a little fact is you can actually
Get me the
see
hell outta
the
here.
alien that's gonna get you when you cut down keys right there. Well, something I never realised until I actually shot it. See?
Yeah! Shoot that thing! Shoot that thing!
Ah, glitch. Glitch! So as you can see, it's not so much the alien isolation. Alien, the unkillable stopping machine
There's some bodies down here, but
that
some are
gets you
missing.
in alien
There are one or
isolation
two
when you're playing as a man
Marines
that
missing
Ripley.
from
It's
902-3.
aliens, not alien, which can be killed pretty easily.
Sit tight.
But like in Aliens,
Winter, regroup what's left. Get them back to the hangar and the rest of 2-1. Do
you
not
see
engage.
the ones that are,
2-3, sir.
oh, they overwhelm you,
Flight data from the Sulaco.
Son, I gave you that mission and it's over.
and there's too many to shoot.
We have
Like,
to know what caused this. The flight recorder
You know what
can
I
get
mean.
us that. With all due respect,
Sir, my
Can't shoot
response
your
means you
fucking
shut your
gun.
goddamn mouth and follow your orders. Actual out.
I want to equip my machine gun. I want
the
to.
flight wreck isn't too far from here. We grab it, link up with Rhino 2-1.
Hi.
O'Neill, you still there?
Damn.
I don't want to fucking use my
Got some on the way
handgun.
back.
No. You gotta buy us 10
Ah.
minutes to grab the flight wreck.
So I obviously have the sort of like
You've got 5 to get that recorder and get back here. Keep an eye out for Bella keys.
this is quite a cool addition with the DLC. As I was
Keep
saying,
an eye
I did
out.
all the DLC for the
Thanks,
game
O'Neill.
because it was cheap on Steam. So this is Ripley's flamethrower that she uses at the end,
Don't think.
which is a combination of a flamethrower and a pulse rifle.
Something's down here with us.
Oh really?
I won't let him take me again. Contact! Contact! Here we go!
I always like the sound the pulse rifle made. I think it's such a cool machine gun. Right. Another thing If you don't know the aliens, acid for blood. And they're scared of fuck.
Watch our backs! Sealing the room! Grab the flight rack! The central console! Get the flight recorder! Grab one mic! Copacetic! Copacetic!
Copacetic. Whatever he says, I don't actually understand what he says.
O'Neill, flight data is en route. 2 mics to you.
Affirmative, Winter. Just
Ah.
save the high fives for the bedroom. Get your ass back here.
Right.
There's no way the flight
You
wreck
can
didn't
also
tape the
find,
assholes that did this to the Salon
similar
Co.
to Ripley's
If we make it back with this thing, who knows what we'll find out.
machine gun, you can find legendary guns. So, for example, Gorman's pistol, I know, is in one of the levels. I'm currently using Pixie's shotgun. I don't think there's much difference apart from they can't be modded, and it says Hicks on it. Each gun obviously says the different characters' names. Hudson's machine gun says Hudson somewhere on
We
the.
lost him!
Oh. On the barrel of the gun.
Still standing.
One of the things that I find that tends to kill you in this game is the fact is you'll shoot it too close to you, and that's when you'll burn.
O'Neill, we're IMI to your location in 1 mic.
You're late.
One thing you'll notice about this game, I think it's one of the terrible failings of the game, is the AI is buggy, and buggy is a kind mercy, is what I'm gonna say. At times it's buggy, I will say. I'll give the game that. At times it is buggy.
On the dropship! Watch this!
I'm gonna use one of the cool.
Are you out of your damn mind? Get to the umbilical!
Plasma pulse rifle. I've never used this. No, at times it's buggy, and then at times it's really difficult in my opinion. This game often follows sort of like. Oh, it's like a sniper. I don't like that. Sorry. No. At times, you like it follows sort of like the tried and tested Aliens formula, where the Weyland-Yutani company get too involved, and then they send an army of androids to hush the whole thing down, and you basically it becomes a shootout with androids at one point in the game, similar to Alien vs Predator. You pick the the Marine campaign, proving that it can be done right. However, there's a big however. I don't know what they're saying. Ooh. They got me. Probably my own fault there, to be honest with you, but no, it proves it. Oh, fuck, it was so close as well. It proves it can be done right. However, in this game, for me, I feel at times the game is unfair with the difficulty it throws at you.
On the dropship! Watch this!
Again, maybe that's just me.
Are you out of your damn mind? Get to the umbilical!
Let me quickly grab that armor. Yeah, no. Times the game can be too easy, can be too difficult. Occasionally it feels unfair, is basically what I'm saying.
Explosion, lock the door!
But
More without authorization!
Just give me an ass and run a bypass on the goddamn door, Keith!
in saying that, I actually find the game enjoyable.
Running a bypass!
It is definitely not the worst shooter I've ever played. I even thought that at the time. I don't understand a lot of the critic came from. Game. Right. If I remember. If I could remember to heal, that would be easy, but I actually can't. One problem with this is you can't aim. Ah, fuck, I died again. See what I mean? You just get overwhelmed. Damn. Right. Try that again. Here's the guns I'm using. Try with a pistol.
On the dropship! Watch this! Grenade out! Keith, wait! Are you out
Yeah,
of
your
your
damn mind.
Get to the umbilical!
Try assault rifle. This one's basically just the
But we can't wait for her to evacuate. We're gonna go through it anyway.
Explosion locked the door! It won't open without authorization!
You move
Just
your
give me enough
skinny
time
ass
to
and run a
run it.
bypass on the goddamn door, Keith. Weapon time.
yeah, it's basically just the Ripley's flamethrower, but you get this in the game and you can aim. And it's 3 bursts. Isn't always the best in the. Sorry, I am trying to concentrate just so you don't have to see me fail again. I'm quite tough to say. I'm concentrating at Aliens Colonial Marines. See issue, see if they get close to you. Ah! What are you doing? Ah! Run. Ah! Damn it! They got me again. Fuck. Damn it, this game's more difficult than I remember it being. I don't think I got a checkpoint there, did I? Right. I'll cut to me doing it. So, I'll see you in 2 seconds. Yeah, and we're back. It took me exactly 1 more attempt. Told you I'd get it. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Sometimes this game, when it wants to be, can be quite... You should take acid damage for that, I'm just saying. This game can be quite unforgiving, and then the AI sits and does that. You know. It's more because O'Neill's an unkillable character rather than, you know, they're actually stupid or anything.
2-1, pack it up and let's move! Flat wreck is en route to the Sephora. We did it,
Right.
guys!
Rhino team, move, move, move! Winner, move!
Oh. Pulaski. No. Nameless character. Come on, winner. You're like Spider-Man. I'm sure like the vacuum of space would just pull you out. I'm sure it wouldn't just be this easy to jump.
We lost the flight wreck. Keys had the recorder on him. It was all for nothing.
Well, we're not dead, so you know, there's that.
So guys, that was Aliens Colonial Marines, and I think there's definitely the issue with this game is there's so much potential. in this game, and it is quite sad to see, because it's not a good game. But in saying that, I think it's clearly not a bad game. Not now, anyway. I think it's definitely worth playing if you haven't already. I'm trying to be as objective as possible because I actually don't mind this game. I think it's alright. But so we're going to review it in terms of 3 categories, which is story. So what the story was, because this is a movie tie-in, does it feel like it fits in the film franchise? Gameplay. Is the gameplay any good? You know, and then problems. So in terms of story, yeah, it feels like it could have fitted into the franchise. However, Alien Resurrection, Alien Covenant, and Alien 3 also fitted into that franchise. So clearly doesn't have to be a good story. But I think it's an interesting alternative take, not one I personally like. I think if you're an Aliens fan, it can kind of annoy you with the jumps it makes, especially later in the game when Hicks is brought into the game, and I feel that it definitely it requires a lot of suspension of disbelief to believe that Hicks is still alive, especially when you're told he dies. I think the story in terms of the Marines, I think the characters are mostly one-dimensional. You got Winters, the kind of cool badass Marine. You've got I can't remember, there's a female character that's later introduced who's kind of the love interest of O'Neill, and she's kind of just like Vasquez. You know, it's a very generic story for a shooter. I'm gonna have to give the story probably a 5 out of 10. Gameplay, solid. It's your typical shooter. I wouldn't say it is a particularly great shooter. I would not say it's a particularly bad shooter. I think it's repetitive. I think the only bits it actually does well are the shooting elements. There are times where it would bring in other alien types. So I think when you land on LV-42, you're split up from O'Neill and the rest, and you fight spitter ones. And it's kind of almost like a stealthy one, because spitter ones can't see. I think that's what it is. Or you kind of have to move around them slowly and whatnot. That's not that fun. It also introduces, like, I'm not sure if it was a queen or a behemoth that you fight in, like, one of those power suits, like in the film. And yeah, it's cool in the film, but it's not fun in the game. It's just not fun at all. The last stand out, like, you saw me, I genuinely was struggling with that sort of stand against the aliens in the hangar. It's actually quite fun, I think. So I'm going to give the gameplay probably a 6.5. Because overall it's quite solid, but there are some glaring issues with it. And speaking of glaring issues, we'll talk about the problems. So to sum up, story problems: inconsistent story, generic characters, generic plot for an Aliens tie-in. Oh yeah, I was forgot to say that Weyland-Yutani doesn't want to get his company involved in this, so he chooses to send like his private army of, you know, androids, and then yada yada, you fight them, yada yada. Generic for an Aliens tie-in. That is the problem with this game, is it's very generic and very, you know, run of the mill for an Aliens game. Glitchy. You see it. The AI sometimes has problems knowing what it's meant to be doing. You saw in that hallway they kept moving back and forth. They didn't understand what they were meant to be doing, even though I was standing at the opposite end of the hallway. It is quite apparent that there's AI problems, and those have been evident since the start of the game, and certain elements only get worse. Like the spitter, I think AI is almost non-existent for the spitters. And that is a very big glaring problem in the game. And one of the biggest problems, and I think you will notice, were campaign and arsenal upgrades. Between that, there's versus. The multiplayer is almost dead. I think it's very difficult to get a game on Steam, which is a shame because it actually has some very interesting modes. One where you have to just survive against rounds and rounds of xenomorphs. One where you have to kind of like escape. Like there's a set route that the Marines have to go and then xenomorphs have to get them. And yet they're interesting. It's a shame this game wasn't better and we still had like a thriving multiplayer scene. So, to sort of judge how, if I'd recommend this game or not, we're going to give it a verdict between 3. So either bin it, I don't recommend it at all, get on sale, if you can see it cheap enough, get it, or absolutely pick it up. Due to the fact that the story is pretty average, there are better Alien games out there. If you really wanted to play as a Colonial Marine, get Alien vs Predator, the Rebellion game, the one that came out like 2008. Probably the better one. I say the better Alien vs Predator game anyway. Get one of the old Alien vs Predator games. But I wouldn't completely discount this game. So, in saying that, get on sale. If you can find it cheap enough, which you will, if you can find a physical copy of the game, you'll find it cheap enough. And Steam often do, sales. I'm sure it'll be in there eventually. Just pick it up then. I wouldn't completely discount it, and I wouldn't get it full price. But I would potentially buy it. If you're interested, if you're an Aliens fan, and you want to see a alternative view on what could happen in the game, in the series, an alternate view from what Alien 3 dictates happened, then why not pick it up? But only if it's on sale. So, with that, that's the first episode of Is It Really That Bad? And no, it's not really that bad, but it's not really that good either. This video is going up on Sunday. I'm hoping that these will now go up on Saturday from now on. I'm not sure if it will be every Saturday, every 2 Saturdays, so on and so forth. I've got a few games planned, so I'm hoping that if you enjoyed, I can do more of this because it's an interesting series. And if you have your own suggestions, why not throw them down in the comments. But if you liked, leave a like. If you want to see more from me or my colleague Ryan, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and I will see you in the next episode.